What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another video. I can only apologize for the absenteeism over the last wee while, but it's because things have been going in motion. I ended up landing a new job and it has given me a lot more balance in my life financially and freedom, to be honest. A lot better position than what I was previously, but such is life, isn't it? It's literally just try and make yourself as comfortable as possible, and it's safe to say we are slowly but surely getting there, to the point that this weekend, Ireland versus the world. Some of your top drifting names are going to be included in this event, from Conor Shanahan, Jack Shanahan, Dwayne McKeever, Tornik Avia, and so many more. It's going to be absolutely incredible. This weekend, there is going to be 4 events packed into one big weekend, which I couldn't be more excited for, mainly because I am going to be driving on the Friday. Today is Thursday, tomorrow I'll be driving out with some of the greatest in the world, which is pretty intimidating, but this is the first event of the weekend, and the first event is the Winter MATSOUREE. It is from 10 till 3 tomorrow morning. It's just pure track time. It's just door-on-door action, a lot of tandems, a lot of drift trains that are going to be seen, so we have a lot to look forward to the first day. So I'm going to be driving the first day. Scottish Drift Championship have their practice on the Saturday afternoon or morning, and then top 32 against the world Saturday night, and then SDC on the Sunday. So as I say, a lot to look forward to, and we need to get a shift on. I have just finished packing everything away. As you can see, it's a new site, it's a new set of tires. I say a new set of tires, they are part warns, obviously. There is a couple of cracks in them and that, just from age and that, but they still hold air. Yeah, so we actually now have a constant flow of part worn tires, which isn't going to cost me an arm and a leg anymore, which is absolutely fantastic. We have a new jack, which is something that I'm not saying that I never thought I'd be able to say. It was just never a priority for me to purchase a jack, and fortunately enough, a very good local friend, Jason Massey of Rimtech, he hooked me up with a 2.25 ton trolley jack representing, which I'm very excited to take to the track with me. I've got new jack stands, the helmets, the umbrellas just in case, and yeah, that's pretty much as easy as a weekend can get. A couple of spare tires, a couple of tools. I also, in the midst of going a bit mad with it, I also purchased the brand new 200-piece socket spanner set from Halfords, which is again another one of those things that I never thought I'd be able to say that I have in my possession, but we're here. Just as a quick update, seeing as we're here, I've not actually been at this garage all too often over the last couple of weeks, months to be honest. There's a lot of things that are needing doing. Firstly, the back box on the Peugeot decided to delete itself when I was taking some more spare tires over to Lochgelly, where the car is, and yeah, we're not looking all too great. To be honest, there's meant to be a flange piece that comes off here and hooks up to the midsection. It was looking pretty rotten anyway, to be honest, but have a new one of those coming imminently. The midsection bracket ended up snapping off, so I might end up having to either make a new one of those, or I don't know, we'll see. But currently the van is well, it's just straight piped at the moment, held up together by some welding wire, and that's pretty much it. So hoping that'll get us through the weekend, but we'll just wait and see. And up there as well, filled with welding wire. So that's the current story with the van, but the van will be coming off the road very imminently to get a wee bit of a refresh before I decide to end up selling it. Get all this cleaned up again and clean the inside of it, get the new, yeah, we've got plenty of things to do. And as for this, well, this is my new daily, pretty much. Thing is that unfortunately this thing has a problem with its DPF, and it's got too much soot in it, which essentially means that the engine is kind of struggling. So it goes into a limp mode, which means that I can't really drive the car and do overtakes or get up to speed very safely. So I'm after buying a new DPF box for it, which should be here by Monday. Should be here over the weekend, but obviously we're not going to be here, but it will be here imminently. As for the Corsa, well, I found a bit of a problem. The mount for the actual arm is rotten away. There's a big hole in there that should not be. So I have sourced out the part for it that I just need to cut out and re-weld into it. So we've got a new part eventually coming for this thing, and then once that's done, I just need to find a new key for it, and then it'll be pretty much good to go back on the road. If I say that, I'll give it a wee clean up before I end up doing that. But yeah, for now, that is pretty much where we sit. We're gonna depart, we're gonna head down the road. We have got such a good weekend to look forward to. It's gonna be absolutely mental. I'm so excited. But for now, we just need to hit the road, get down to the hotel, and that's pretty much it. So we'll give a quick wee snap, and hopefully we're at the event tomorrow. Driver's briefing, get it done, have a great time. See you there. So, there's been a bit of a development, and we are currently waiting in line to go on track to go for the KD Winter MATSOUREE, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm so anxious to get out on track, but by fuck am I excited. Right, I'm just about to go on the line, so I'll need to speak to you in a bit. So, as I was saying, we were just about to go on track, and yeah, I didn't bring any sort of handheld stuff with me, unfortunately, but it's okay. So the first couple of laps haven't been all that great, but it turns out no one's been having such a great time of it. Even the likes of Jack Shanahan are spinning out in that. It's very difficult on the wet, very difficult in the wet, and it's kind of annoying trying to get it. And I finally started getting it when I realised, well, when I had no one in front of me because the boys spun out, and I just started getting to grips with it. And then the finish line had already done, and I was still drifting, and I shouldn't have done that, and I know I shouldn't have done that, and that was very bad. But I genuinely didn't see the checkered flag. But anyway, we're getting there. The car is getting a wee bit more, you know, tame. I can deal with it a bit better. I was really getting it just as the checkered flag went off, and it was very upsetting because it was a pretty decent feeling considering that, but what was in front of me was a chaser, as you've seen. So pretty happy about it, but I'll just wait and see. We're going up to the queue just now. Gonna have to get a shift on, but I'll let you guys know how it goes, and hopefully I'll have some footage for you at least on the sidelines. But until then, guys, let's go. So this isn't particularly it's not the most ideal conditions, safe to say. A lot of people spinning out, I'm spinning out. It's not great, but it's just more seat time, it's more practice, it's getting used to the car. It's the whole point of this season, and yeah, it's getting there. These guys are absolutely nailing it though, which I'm pretty jealous about, but I mean, I'm slowly but surely getting there. Taking it as it comes, it'll get there. that was a day of drifting. I'm not gonna lie, that practice time actually went down quite a substantially bit better than, not necessarily what I was anticipating, because I'm starting to really get used to it, but it actually turned out I had wheels and tires in the bit of my car that I completely forgot to take out. So it turns out that there was more weight in the back than I had originally anticipated. I feel like that the car would have been a hell of a lot more easier to maneuver if I didn't have the wheels and tires in the back. It was an overseen thing that I didn't really think about, and I was too rushed. I wanted to get out, I wanted to get driving, I wasn't really thinking much about it, and yeah. But I managed to do pretty well with the wheels and tires in the bit. Like, realistically, it kept me planted. And I mean, I spun out a couple of times, but realistically, there wasn't more than like 3 or 4 times out of the whole day, which I would consider a pretty good result, you know, especially for me getting into my first year drifting on that. So yeah. But unfortunately, when it came to this particular incident, well, it might not have looked obviously too bad. I managed to avoid it pretty well. But when I was coming round, my front end managed to hit his front end, and it was a very small bump, but it was enough to damage the power steering rack. When I was coming back into the pits, I literally had no power steering whatsoever, so it was very difficult to maneuver the car. And yeah, it was at that point that I'd opened up the boot and found the spare wheels and tires still in there, which, as it turns out, I did not need any of them. This turned out to only be the start of the issues of the weekend. After Ireland versus the World Top 32, me and Lindsay, my girlfriend, we were on our way back to our hotel in the van, and it was torrential rain, and I mean torrential rain. Unfortunately, when I was coming into Rosyth, there was a big dip in the road that I didn't notice, filled with water. I managed to go through it. Thankfully, none of the water went into the air filter. It all was happening kind of underneath the car. Anyway, long story short, the van started breaking down, and me and Lindsay ended up getting stuck underneath the roundabout under Rosyth for, well, the van was parked there for about 10 hours after I'd phoned RAC, which was a bit unfortunate, but yeah, spent most of the night in the van. Fortunately enough, the hotel was only a 10-minute walk, so me and Lindsay, we managed to walk back to the hotel and sleep for a couple of hours, but then I walked out and I met the RAC boy. We took it to a local garage, filled with all my tools, all my wheels, tires, parts, and all the rest of it, and we ended up having to call the weekend there, unfortunately, because the van, well, the garage was obviously shut on the Sunday, and it was Saturday that we ended up breaking down. All the recording that was on this video was from Friday, and yeah, it was a fun weekend, safe to say. But the Friday is what we're talking about, and yeah, it actually went really well. Every single time that I get into this car, for some reason, there's always something that kind of puts me out of balance with my full potential. Like, for example, the first couple of times was my seating position. I think it was the second or third time that I went out in the car, and I realized that it had an adaptable steering rack, which made the car feel a lot more comfortable in where the steering was. So there's been a couple of issues with like getting comfortable with it, but now that I finally got comfortable with it, I had unnecessary weight. The next time that we go out, we'll take every precaution possible, and we'll fairly focus on what we're actually doing. I'll manage to get more footage in the pits, as well as my driving, as well as onboard footage and stuff like that. I'm gonna get mounts, and I'm gonna get stuff for my camera and that, and yeah, there's gonna be a lot to look forward to going into next year, 2024. Have pretty high expectations of potentially going into competition, certainly getting a hell of a lot more practice days and that. Most likely end up going into SDC and hoping to make some sort of result out of that. I've never actually went out for an SEC competition. It was only the KDKUSTOMS winter battles that I went out for last year in a previous video. If you want to go and see that, you're more than welcome. It's a really good video. First time meeting the car, first time being out in the car, and yeah, I shouldn't have booked it in for a competition. Probably should have booked it in for a practice day, but either way, it's more seat time, just cost me a bit more money, but all I know is that seat time coming soon, a lot more practice, and competition comes next year. But yeah, the next video will be Ireland versus the world, the top 32 out of that. It's going to be a banger of a video, and I'm really looking forward to it. But until then, guys, Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to go and like, comment and subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing. It would do me a world of good. We are this close to hitting 100 subscribers, which I'm pretty excited for. A really decent milestone, especially for YouTube and that nowadays. So yeah, living in the high hope that in the next couple of months we'll be able to get there, and I'll be able to record a hell of a lot more consecutively, maybe every 2 weeks or something like that. But for now, guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah.